SAFM, South Africa's news and information leader.
New details in the Satanism murder trial and renewed clashes in Egypt. Good afternoon. Prosecutors have confirmed that a 15-year-old girl accused of being part of a group of youth that set alight two girls in a suspected satanic ritual will face charges of murder and attempted murder. She made a brief appearance in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court today. The teenager and her co-accused, Lyndon Wagner, Robin Harwood, Harvey Isha, Lester Moody and Jeremy King, are accused of setting alight 18-year-old Kirsty Theologo and her friend. Theologo died in hospital shortly after the incident last month. Her friend was seriously injured but survived. Abongile Dumako reports.
The 6 young people are facing charges of murder and attempted murder. They had apparently drawn a shape resembling a triangle on the ground, lit candles and prayed before throtting the girls behind the Linmeyer swimming pool in southern Johannesburg. Theologo was then dosed with petrol and satellite. Investigators believe the girls were victims of a religious sacrifice. The trial has been postponed to the 17th of January for further investigation and to await the results of forensic tests. The matter will also then be moved to the South Gauteng High Court once investigations are complete. Abongile Dumago, SABC News, Johannesburg.
5 men charged in connection with the killing of Pretoria mother Chanel Henning will apply for bail in the Pretoria Magistrates Court next Tuesday. 26-year-old Henning was shot and killed by 2 men on a motorcycle after dropping off her son at a daycare center in Fairy Glen, east of the city. Andre Gous, Willem Pieterse, Nigerian national Ambrose Monye, Prashant Singh and suspended police constable Gerhardus du Plessis have made a brief appearance on charges including murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Sipiwe Mkhize has more.
Henning's mysterious death has sent shockwaves throughout the country and grabbed media attention. Elia Singh's brother said he believes in his brother's innocence, saying his arrest was a mistake. Now, some of Monye's friends have also refuted reports that he's a harshman, saying they will support him as they believe he was framed. Also known as the Big Dog, Monye, a widower and father of 2, is a debt collector and owns a security company. The state is yet to arrange an interpreter for him. He co-accused Singh, Pieterse, Du Plessis and Gous also face charges of the unlawful possession of a firearm and ammunition. Family and friends of the accused were present in court. I'm Sipiwe Mkhize for SABC News.
Constitutional law expert Professor Shadrach Gutto is the latest to come out against the Protection of State Information Bill. He says it will pose a great threat to the concept of openness and transparency in South Africa. The National Assembly approved the controversial bill yesterday, despite strong opposition and threats to challenge it at the Constitutional Court. The main bone of contention is the lack of a clause that will protect whistleblowers and journalists who disclose secret state information in order to expose corruption. Gutto believes the bill goes too far.
And will make it difficult for the ordinary person on the ground from accessing that information. So it will have that fundamental effect of making the state much more opaque and therefore democracy not quite open and transparent. I think that is the critical thing in the legislation for the ordinary person on the street.
Academics say the scourge of xenophobia is not only found in Africa but is a global problem. They're attending the South African-Netherlands research program on alternatives in Durban. The academics from Netherlands, South Africa, India, China and Ireland are discussing issues such as xenophobia, climate change and rural development. Their research findings on the issues will be tabled with their respective governments for consideration in policy formulation. CEO for SANPAD, Dr. Ansu Padiachi.
Xenophobia, migration and conflict is a worldwide phenomenon at the moment. Virtually every country is wrestling with how to deal with this issue. The Netherlands, as we speak, is wrestling with the issue of anti-Islamic stance on many issues. And so India is one of those as well. And of course, Ireland and its issues between the Protestants and the Catholics have been quite a historical phenomenon. But more recently, the Eastern Europeans coming into that country and the kind of xenophobic experiences they claim to have happened in that country.
Further afield, an Egyptian rights group raised the overall death toll from the ongoing unrest to 38 as police clash with protesters for a fifth day in Cairo. The clashes come a day after tens of thousands of protesters in Tahrir Square rejected a promise by Egypt's military ruler to speed up a presidential election to the first half of next year. Today's street battles have centered around the heavily fortified Interior Ministry near the iconic square. Recapping the top story, prosecutors have confirmed that a 15-year-old girl accused of being part of a group of youth that set alight two girls in a suspected satanic ritual will face charges of murder and attempted murder. Play your part for COP17, today's SABC Green Tip. Cycle and walk more. Not only will you be exercising, you will also save money and the planet. SAFM News, I'm Vabakshni Chetty.